In this video, I want to show you the best comp in TFT right now. So we have the Freljord Ashkan Freljord comp. No surprise, at the highest average placement at 4.11. And it's a good reason for it. Honestly, it's just such an easy, consistent comp. Really, the only thing that could go wrong with it is that you're too contested, because everybody knows that this comp is busted. But it's really versatile as well, you know. You don't have to play the Ashkan even in the comp. It's many times, you know, I planned on playing it, but then I just hit AP items. Then I just go for the Azir Lux build instead. And it's honestly probably at a higher cap, because, you know, Lux is better than Ashkan, unless you 3-star him. So you can even go into this board, it's pretty similar. The only difference is that you play 3 Demacia instead of 3 Freljord, and you have a Lux instead of the Ashkan. But onto this comp here. So the comp should look something like this. You don't have to play Shen, you don't have to play Sion. This is basically all the units you want. You don't have to play Azir either, but I usually do, because it's nice to have a second carry. You can play some other Shurima if you want, but I like Azir. So you want 3 Freljord, you want 3 Shurima, and you just get the Deadeye naturally with Ash, right? And then from here you just build on to the comp. So you basically just play what you hit. Like, I don't even need to show you, because you shouldn't try to hit stuff here. You just basically play what you get right. So maybe if you really high roll, you can play some Heimer if you're really rich. Or otherwise, if you know, you're at level 7, 8, which is in most cases, you're probably just gonna throw in something like, you know, a Yorvan 2. You get synergies, you get more tankiness. And from that point, you can, if you want, you can throw in some Bruiser. Like, if you high roll a Sion, it's not bad, right? You get the Bruiser trait. Or what else? You can go to 5 Shurima even if you want to. Like, there's a lot. You basically just play what you hit here. But this is the core of the comp. And there's some different ways to play it. Like, if you're uncontested, you can just go to level 7. You play a lot of econ and then just roll for the 3-star action. And you're gonna spike big time. But you don't even have to, you know, 3-star him if everyone's playing it. Then there's like, you know, he's very contested, right? Then you can just level up and, you know, try to just fit in more broken units. So if we take a look at the items, this is basically what I think is BAS. So if we start with the carry Ashkan, we have Runans, Deathblade, and we have Infinite Edge. Infinite Edge, you know, it makes ult crit, DB, gives him AD, all in good stuff, right? What's different is the Runans, because Ashkan's ult, it actually procs on hit effects. So his ult is gonna proc the Runans, which is obviously busted, right? So that's why it's so good. It's the best item for him, in my opinion. So this is what I would try to go for. Obviously you can build other items, but you basically just want some AD damage item. Attack speed items like Ginso and RFC aren't really that good on him. You want his ulti to do a bunch of damage, right? So try to go for damage items like that. And then on the tanks, I usually like to, you know, itemize Nasus. And if I can, I will build these items. This is what I think is BAS on him. You know, he does a bit of damage, right? So Bloodthirster, it, you know, makes him heal from the item, as well as give him a bit more tankiness. It gives him a shield, and he also heals more, even though it's a tank. And since he you know, steal their stats, like their MR and their what's it called, armor, you know, he's gonna have some effective HP, right? So having more HP is just gonna work well with him stealing their stats, because he gets more, you know, effective HP, or whatever you want to call it. So I like Warmogs on him, but other than that, you can just build any tank item really you want on either Nasus or Sejuani. Maybe if you have a Sunfire, you can throw it on the other unit, so you can stack the, you know, your tank with the 3 tank items, and the last tank just gets 1 Sunfire, because, you know, effective HP and all of that. More items are better on the same character than spread out. And if we look at Azir, I actually thought the Static Shiv was BIS. I kinda disagree now. I like it on him. It's the best item on Azir in my opinion. But in this build, you kinda don't need the Shiv. I mean, it's not bad, but like, if you have 3 Freljord, you already sunder and shred your enemies. So there's kinda no point in having a Shiv, because the entire point of Shiv is that you shred the enemies. But now you already have that from Freljord, so it's kind of a waste, right? So I honestly think it's better building more damage, since they're already shredded. So you can just build this instead. And lastly, what I think is worth mentioning, something I do a lot, is I play Jorvan. And if I can, I build a Protector's Vow on him. Because, you know, he has 100 mana or something like that when he starts. But if you have a Protector's Vow, it gives him 45 mana in the beginning. So he basically just insta-casts. You know, everybody's playing like Ori or something like that. So he just jumps here. Or if their carries like, let's say their carriers on this side, you just throw him here and he jumps and stuns it. If it's on this side, you put him here and he jumps and stuns them. So, you know, I really like if you get a random 2-star Jarvan and the Protector's Vow. That's like really goated. So we're kicking it up with the University. So the first augment offered this game will be Prismatic. So I mean, who doesn't like a Prismatic game? So we got some pretty weird units here. I mean, we could play the Talia multicaster comp with the set if with like double trouble. But honestly, we should just go for the Samira and the Irelia for the challengers. That's probably what I would pick up. I kinda regret that one, but it's all good because we just high roll this Akshan. But for now, you know, I was just kinda playing multicaster for fun. So if I hit Vel'Koz here, I mean, I would be down to play that. We're gonna make 10 though, and then we're just gonna transition into the Akshan. So here we could go for Radiant Relics if we want, but I'd rather just go for Living Forge. I mean, sure, Radiant item is better than a Ornn one, but yeah, we're just gonna get a lot more Ornn items with this. This organ is actually pretty good. So I basically just view it as you do everything to survive, and the longer you're alive, you're just gonna get that paycheck with more Ornn items. So I try to win streak with it, and then just late game I get more items than everyone else. And I went for the Infinity Force just to stack up Akshan. I honestly think that's probably a mistake. I would probably go for the Trickster's Glass if I got to choose that again. Because I realize if you get a Trickster Glass on Jorvan, a unit I play like every game with this comp, you just basically get a double stun on their entire team. So I would just try to play, you know, some Trickster Glass 2-star frontline, like a Vi or something like that. And then I would just sell it when I hit a Jarvan. And I think that would be much better than just this random Infinity Force. So here we're just gonna take this Renekton. I wanted that 2-star. Sure, it's a bit less gold, but he's gonna save us some HP. And we actually hit a really good shop here. We got Cassiopeia, and we got 2% Sejuani already. So that's very good. It's gonna give us Bruiser for now. And then, boom, we just hit another Freljord right there. I'd rather play Ashe right now, because Deadeye is a bit better than Invoker, I would say. But it's all good. We'll get Ashe. We're just not gonna roll. We'll hit it when we hit it, and boom, next up, there we are. So we're gonna replace it, and gonna save up the money, and then we're gonna level up to 6, probably after this round, because we wanna keep this win streak going. So sure, I might lose some interest from, you know, leveling up here, but I'm gonna get the money back with this win streak. If I, you know, lost this round, I didn't level up, I would basically lose more gold, even though I had more interest, right? So here I'm just gonna go for the small forge. Why not? Doesn't really matter that much. We wanna keep the win streak going. I could go for the like HP one, but we're like at 100 HP and I wanna keep this win streak, so I'd rather just go for the forge one. We're gonna get a Sunfire here. Can never go wrong with Sunfire, right? Get that anti-heal, get that burn. It's always nice. So we're just gonna go for that. And this action is just broken as ever. Just one-shots their backline carry in the corner, which is where basically everyone places their unit. And they just will snipe them all. So pretty good stuff. So kind of the reason why I'm showing you guys this comp is because I feel like TFT in in many cases it's just about knowing which is the strongest comp and mastering that comp. It's a bit boring to say, but like when you're in the higher ranks, in my opinion, if you just play the, you know, better comps, you're gonna win more than like if you're a creative player. Yeah, because there's some S tier comps that like everyone plays, and this is a good reason for it. So right now Ashkan is that comp. Like before I played like Slayers, I feel like they're in a worse spot this patch. I had like the most high roll game ever, like 3-star everyone, Slayer spat, you know, early Aatrox, and I didn't even top 4. And this game I'm like playing a 2-star Ashkan and just win streaking like crazy. So you know, if you wanna climb, just look at tactical tools, find out the broken comps, how to play them, and obviously there's gonna come cases when you don't play these comps, you just play a flex board, you play something else, but like most cases you wanna play like the better comps, like if you wanna climb. But if you just play for fun, which, and you're, yeah, just play whatever you want really, but like if you really wanna climb, like outdoing into these comps is a pretty good idea, right? Because I was just playing for fun with Azol and just playing random boards, and I used the lost streak like crazy, and then I started playing Void, Ashkan, stuff like that, and just won a lot more, let's just say that. So here I think the best thing is just to go Gunblade and maybe just... Or actually we already have anti-heal, so Morello doesn't make sense, right? So let's just build this Gunblade for now, and let's hold on to the rod. So I think suppressing fire is just really bad. I remember the stats being pretty subpar. We're just gonna roll it out. And we're taking that Shroud one. It's really good for the late game. Gives you a nice little burn, right? And a nice Shroud. So that's pretty good. And I feel like Sejuani is so fun as well. Like her ability is actually really goated with Ashkan, because she, when they are shield, they take like more true damage, and you know Ashkan with his ulti sprays them, so it just, Sejuani just makes everyone take so much true damage. It's kind of crazy. So you really want her in like the middle of the board, so she casts the ulti on their tanks, because yeah, otherwise you will miss out on basically all her kit, right? So onto this carousel, I'm actually down for a spat, because that's a Shurima spat, but oops, that got taken, so ain't happening. So now I'm just looking for some you know, Ginsu's Rage Blade, my favorite item in the game. I like attack speed, what can I say? And what makes the Ginsus really good, I mean, it's just good on Azir in the first place, But every time when you have a really strong front line, Ginsu just becomes 10 times better, because you just let it scale up like crazy. The same goes with Archangel, because the longer the fights are, the more DPS you're gonna have. And we're basically so tanky with this Sejuani, and we're gonna get even more tankier once we get this Nasus 2-starred and give him some items. So, like, that's why you should always like think what fits with my comp. Let's say you're playing a 6 bruiser board, just as an example. What's the best tank item for it? It's gonna be like Redemption, it's gonna be... because it scales with their HP, and it's gonna be like Sunfire, because your units are life along, so it's just gonna burn the enemies. And on your backline carry, instead of a death cap, you want the Archangel, because it scales the damage over time, and since you have bruisers, you're just gonna stay alive for so long. So just stuff like that's pretty good. I should probably have Azir and Akshan in a different corners though, just so if one of my carries dies, I can at least have the other one. It doesn't really matter that much though. This door there is pretty scary, but we got him there. So I'm usually you just wanna like slow roll at level 7 for Ashkan Freljord, but this game I was like, I'm just win streaking, let's go level 9. Why not? And I have started to treat the, you know, Chalice kinda like a Protector's Vow, right? Before I always had it like on, let's say if I had 3 mages in the back, I would put it on 1 mage, but then they're always gonna be in the corner next to each other, and there's so much CC like Jarvan CC, stuff like that, that attacks your clump. So it's kinda bad you have Chalice and Seeks, because you just naturally clump up. So instead what I like is I have like Chalice on a tank unit, or a unit like Lissandra, because she starts in the back and then she walks up, so you're not clumped that way. And I also like the Chalice on Lissandra because it gives her mana, like a lot of starting mana, right? So she can just get that ult up, and I mean that ult is pretty nice, right? So I'm actually like super greeding this game. I mean, there's no reason not to greed. We're at 100 HP. I should just try to, you know, max out my board. So instead of like going to 9, I'm gonna, you know, roll at 8, so I get the XP gold naturally, instead of having to level it up and wasting XP, if that does make sense. Because if I go to level 9, then I have to spend more XP than like what I get naturally from just rolling at 8. So until we're low HP, I'm just gonna roll at 8 for my precos, and then when I've gotten some natural XP, gotten my 3 stars, then we're gonna level up to 9. So that way we get like the most capped board, because I want action free, and then I want the level 9 as well. So you might remember before that I said I like to put my tank items on Nasus, and that's true. I think he's a better tank, and you also get Shreem on him, so he benefits more. But you know, if you hit a 2-star Sejuani, then you're gonna itemize her. Like, or if you hit it before or really early, right? Then it's just better to itemize her to save HP, because it's gonna be stronger, right? So that's why I have this Sejuani itemized, even though I feel like it would be better on Nasus a little bit. So on to the Elder Dragon right here. Oh, we even got a 2-star Warren there. Or what? 2-star Scion and that Warren item. So here, if you look at items, we already have Sunder and Shred from Freljord, so no point in building Obsidian Cleaver. The Death's Dance is better on like tank units in the front, like Belveth, stuff like that. So I just went for Hullbreaker. I think it's bad, like according to the stats, but in this case it's actually good. It gives me a lot of HP. And what's gonna be great with that HP is the, you know, Redemption and the Bloodthirster. It's gonna heal up based on his health. So you just get a bunch of value right there. So it's just gonna be super tanky. Look at this Nasus and his Steelster stats. This guy is just a 1v9 at this point. So yeah, this guy just accepted his fate and surrendered. So thank you guys so much for watching. Sure to subscribe. It would make me very happy. Yeah, peace out. Ciao.